Good day, YouTube. Imagine being a child or seeing the child who's standing outside of a candy store. The boy or girl is looking inside that window where inside there's a lot of children picking out the treats that they want and enjoying them. The only thing is that this child that's standing outside can never go inside. The reason I share that is because I want you to think of an individual that has to live their life in a way that they can't get this or they can't get that. Now, let's begin with realistic expectations. If you want a mansion in Beverly Hills and you don't come from a background where you either earn a lot of money to pay for that house or that mansion in Beverly Hills, or you don't come from a background where your family is going to give you enough money to buy that property, that's not realistic. So realistic expectations in our lives have to be something that is on track. I like things in life. I like the finer things in life. I've heard of a saying, and it goes something like this. I like champagne and caviar, but my income says I should be buying beer and hot dogs instead of champagne and caviar. So hopefully we have expectations that are realistic in our lives. I like good things in life, but the thing is I don't have to have the latest and greatest good things in life every day or every month or every year. There are things that I like and things that I don't like. There are things that I like to spend money on and things that I do not like to spend money on. The example I've given in the past is I like Banana Republic and Calvin Klein work shirts. This one's a Gap. But I buy those shirts at thrift shops for about $4 each, as opposed to $80 for one shirt. An example of how I like to spend my money and things that I don't like to spend my money. I'm not going to spend $80 on a shirt. But going back to that child, I don't want you or anyone or myself to live a life where it's always stopped by limits. I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't go here because of limits in life. That doesn't mean that me as an individual, I always get what I want, because I don't. Most of the times I do, but not all the time, and I'm okay with that. Again, it goes back to my realistic expectations. Can I afford a house in Beverly Hills, a mansion? No, I can't. The good news is I don't want to buy a house or a mansion in Beverly Hills, even though that is a very nice area. It's historic. I love old buildings from the 1940s maybe, with huge palm trees that Southern California has. But I'm okay with that. I share that because I would not want you to live your life where you are constantly that child outside of a candy store where you can see you're so close, yet you're so far because you'll never get into that candy store. I want you to think about that, how this applies to your life. If there are things that you don't have right now that you want, what are you going to do to make it where you can get that? And I'm not saying financially that you put it on a credit card. Think of it like this. A credit card allows us individuals to get what we want even if we don't have the money. And that is not the solution that I'm advocating for or recommending. On a different note, in March, next month, 19th, my wife and I are going to the Dave Ramsey show out there outside of Nashville, Tennessee, to do our debt-free scream. My friend, former MTI, Joe, and his wife are going to be doing the exact same thing 1 hour before us. So I'll try to document that journey if they let us. So we do our debt-free scream, and you'll hear our story if you're not familiar with it. I'm excited about that. So hopefully you can see how this video relates to you. If it does, and in some capacity, my guess is the answer is yes, it does relate to you in one way or another. Or maybe it was a chapter in the past, or maybe it's the chapter right now. But what are we going to do to make our lives better? Have a great day.